Yes, hello. Want to say welcome to the exchange. Yes, indeed. Come, let us build the land. Come, let us build Liberia, wheresoever you are, what part of the world you find yourself. This hour, we want to say, come, let us build the land. That is the interpretation of our introductory song. Yes, come and come, let us build the land at this time. So we want to say welcome and welcome to the Exchange Forum. Wheresoever you are, we want to say welcome. The Exchange Forum is a 1 hour 30 minutes program brought to you online by a group of students situated in India. Today we are having uh, our group. Today we are having a group of librarians from Oman that's going to be talking on a talking point that the challenging situations of librarians in Oman. As we all aware that the issues of Oman have been, especially librarians in Oman, have been a tough one, have been a challenging situations where it has been training one in Liberia where everybody wants to know what are some of those things that are happening to librarians in that part of the world. The whole lot of constraints they have been going through or been faced with in that part of the world. So today we have them and we're going to be speaking to them shortly on issues surrounding them and their well-being in that part of the world. So on that note, we want to take this time to say welcome and welcomes to to the exchange forum. So we have our set of panelists today that will be going through that discussion. So we're going to start with them and they're going to be introducing themselves. And shortly we will get to our guests and our guests will introduce themselves and then we're going to the show. We're going to be starting with Daros. Daros, can you introduce yourself on tonight's show?
Taras, we're not hearing you. Taras, we're not hearing you. Check your audio, Taras. You are not coming in. Check your audio.
Daros, you have to check your audio. We are not getting you. If there are any other technical problem, you have to let us know. Daros, check your audio. We are not getting you, Chief. So while Dara is checking his audio to come back online shortly, we will take in Alfred to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Dr. Alfred Jeke, a Liberian based in India, studying at the Radcliffe University, doing a master's in mechanical engineering.
Please, I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you, brother.
Okay, my name is Ambassador Alfred Jeke. Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, you are much better.
Yes, yes.
Okay, my name is Ambassador Alfred Jeke. I'm a Liberian based in India. I'm currently doing my master's in mechanical engineering, manufacturing, design and manufacturing. Oh, I hold a bachelor degree in civil engineering, a postgraduate degree in water and sanitation engineering. Uh, uh, I'm one of the panelists on this program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that brief introduction. So I want to say welcome again and welcome to the exchange. And so on that note, we're going to turn to our guests tonight to introduce themselves as we run into tonight's show. We're going to turn directly to our guests, starting with Mr. Thomas there.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you are clear, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, you are clear.
I'm Thomas Masale, a Liberian based in the United States of America, or one of the advocates in the diaspora for the Liberians that are in Oman. Okay, I've been on this for a long time, and I'm a medication technician in the United States. And once again, I say thank you for the show, and I say big thank you and welcome you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. And we're going to be taking our female that says Vivian. Can you introduce yourself?
Amen. Jesus. Okay. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. I'm Vivian Snagon, President in Oman, Acting Information Minister. I live in Oman, President. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, when she said I'm acting information minister, I said, wow, means that we're really going to get the information today that our brothers and sisters wants to hear. So thank God that we get the acting information minister. So we're going to be listening to our brother to introduce himself, Mr. Pamo. Please check your mic. You are mute. Please
Huh?
unmute, Chief.
Hello.
Much
Hello?
better.
Are you getting me?
Yes, yes, you are. Olive.
All right. I'm Patmos Sambiakumo, a Liberian, live in Oman, Muscat, but acting secretary of Liberian in Oman. Thanks.
All right, thank you, and thank you so much. And we want to take the time again to say welcome and welcome to the exchange, and we say welcome wheresoever you are and whatsoever you are doing. We want to say welcome or taking your time to be here tonight on this unique forum to discuss issues that are happening around the world with our brothers and sisters. So on that note, today we will be going directly to the discussion. Before we start, we want to know how are you guys? How is Oman? What is happening? How are you in Oman? How is Oman? What is Oman when we talk about Oman? What do we go and what comes to our mind when we say Oman? How is the living conditions in Oman with Liberians? How is Oman?
Vivian, you can come in.
Okay, thank you ever so much for recognizing me. The living condition in Oman here is not much better. Yes, because the living condition are here, we are in Oman. But what if you say you are living somewhere, you need a rest, but you cannot get a rest, and your right cannot given it cannot be given to you in this area. So the living condition are here is not okay for us.
Okay, thank you very much. We listen to that. The living conditions in Oman is not okay. And she said, if you want to rest, you cannot rest. I think that's what she said. That's good. So before we quickly jump into the discussion is what is happening to Oman, can any of you drill or true what is the process to get into Oman? How is it like? Is that a visa free to Liberia? How can you get visa? How the entire situation is like in getting to Oman?
Okay. Can I count me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Come there.
Okay, thank you. The living condition in Oman, how I get in Oman here, I make my own visa. I made my own visa, but they said that they send us money to make a visa for us to make a passport. For the passport, we make the passport for our very self. Whatsoever that we did in Liberia, it was from our own pocket. But we Kenya is telling us that they pay money, our visa, our passport, even we are in a village, they send the transportation all for it. So they are misusing us. They don't even want to allow us to rest. And we spend our own money. You see? For me, I spend my own money before coming here. But they are telling me that they pay money for me and they took my passport off from me. I don't have passport. I don't have any other thing. Yeah. They never bought a ticket for me. Nothing. I did it on my own. Thank you.
Good. So when we want to know, Mr. Pamo, Koman,
Yeah.
when we want to know how can you get in contact with the entire process of getting to Oman? Is that an agent? Is there an agent that you can use to get to Oman, or how is it like? How did you come about knowing that people are traveling to Oman on a daily basis? How?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, for you coming to Oman or the process of coming to Oman, it's like this. First day, we got the information all around, spreading out, yes, what is in Oman. All right. So what we started doing, we started searching for where we can be able to have access and get to Oman. Are you getting me?
We are getting you.
Yes,
We are getting
All
yes.
right. So in so doing, we started searching in, let's say, in Moravia to the travel agencies. At the end of the day, when you get to some of these travel agencies and then you ask them, yes, indeed, I want to go to this place. Where? He said, Oman. And then if they have access to Oman, they will say, yes, I can process you to go Oman. So after that, then you ask them, what is the process to get to Oman? Now, there is a situation sometimes they mislead so many people to come here. When you ask them what is the process, they always come like this. No, accommodation is free. You have many days to rest. You have day off, and then your salary is like, let's say 500. So 500 Oman Riyal. So if they tell you that, you will be like encouraged. Ah, I have to get to that place quick. Now you say, how much do I need to get to Oman? Now they will say the sponsor said you should pay this. The sponsor for me, what I know, the sponsor said you should buy this, you should pay this. And like they say for the visa, they will charge you 500 for your visa, just the process of visa. When your visa come out, and then these agents will also ask you to give them money for processing fee, which is something like either 250 or 300. They will collect that from you. Sorry, again, they will ask you, your sponsor says you should buy a ticket and then go. This is how you will buy a ticket. When you buy a ticket and then you pick up from Liberia to Oman. That is how the process like.
Good.
like
So after you are getting the Oman and then you understand all of the process, all the money being paid from one agent to another agent, getting your documents from one stage to another. After getting the Oman, how is the situation like? Is that everything is said like you stay there that okay, you get a rest, you get $500 per month or per day or per week. After saying all these things, are they the actual thing that's happening there? After getting the Oman,
All right.
what do you saw?
All right. Thank you so much again, once again. And for that, the information that was given on to us, it was a fake information. To our Liberian sister, it was a fake information. Because all of these things they mention, when you get here, is different. When you get here, it is different. First, they will tell you your salary is this. When you get here, you have no right again. They will start to ask you, hello,
Yes, yes. We are getting clear.
hello,
Speak well.
You are
hello.
audible, Chief. You are audible. Come on, you are
Okay.
audible.
We
Yeah.
getting you.
So when you get here and then you start to ask the sponsor, as well as the sponsor will say, but I deal with the agent. The agent was the one I deal with. We have all the discussion. I even pay the agent some money also. Why you always spend a lot of money, and then the sponsor will keep telling you that you have also paid the agent some money for you to come here. The sponsor will tell you that they bought ticket for you also. The sponsor will tell you that they pay money for your visa. So when you get here, the sponsor will say, because of the money I spent, you have to do this and you have to do this. You have no right to do this and you have no right to do this. Even if you ask for your salary now, they are paying, let's just say all the housemates I know they are paying 80 riyal. Maybe if they pay 85, maybe you must like show a high face. What they told them about 500, and then when you get here, it's 80 riyal. Can you imagine when you ask why, sometimes they will tell you we spend a lot of money behind you to come here.
So yeah, okay,
All right.
yeah. So in other sense, I I will take my other panelists very soon. They're going to come in with their cross-pollinated questions on the issues today. Whatsoever you are following, I want to say welcome to the Exchange. There's a Change Forum. Today we are hosting our brothers and sisters from Oman speaking on the topic challenging situations of Liberians in Oman. So today we are speaking from there. So after paying all this money that you are talking about by the agents to get to the Oman, is that they are demanding that the money you pay or they pay for you to get to Oman, that you should work and pay them back that money, or what the money is actually for. Are they the one going to hand you over to whosoever that process your documents to get there, or what?
Come again. Are you talking about the agents in Liberia?
I'm asking that you said if you have just mute and then you get the question. Just mute.
Okay.
Okay, good. So I'm asking you are saying when you get to Oman and then the people are going to say, okay, we pay this money for you, we pay this money for you. So for anything, you should pay back the money or you should go and work for a particular time. Is there a time limit that you need to work for before you be released? I know probably in whatsoever thing they carry you for, or you're gonna work all through. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, can I come in?
Yeah, come in.
Okay, once more, Joshua M. Selu Senior, acting chairman of Liberal Community in Oman. As to regard to your question, the information that was given and the contract that was signed with that of the clients and the office are different information. These guys will tell the girls that we have a job for you. Some of them said they didn't tell them that they were coming Oman. Some of them they told them that they were going to Dubai. Some of them they told them that they were going Europe. Some of them they told them that they were going different countries. Okay, the contract, the actual contract is 6 months. 6 months these girls are to work for 6 months. That's the actual contract. That's the deal between the office and that of let's just say the sponsor. When you carry the person to work for 6 months, the sponsor and that of the office don't have no deal. The contract is over. But if the person work within the course of 3-4 months and the person, the sponsor don't like the person, the sponsor get right to take the person back to the office and the office will find a different job. But these agents will be the one to tell these girls, okay, you are going for 2 years visa. The 2 years, you're forced to end your 2 years. And after you end this 2 years, in this time you don't get a day off, you're going to be working, going to school, all of these things. But the actual, to answer your question, the actual time is 6 months. But now these sponsors will demand these girls to spend the exact 2 years because the visa that is being given is 2 years visa. So this sponsor will demand them to spend exact 2 years. Even if the person spend 1 year and let's just say they want to go back or something come up, these sponsors are going to demand them to pay the sum of some of them can even go as far as telling the trainer to pay 1,000 riyal. And 1,000 riyal is something, let's just say almost 2 to 3,000 United States dollars. After the person has gone 6 months, and when you call these agents, then they will tell you, say, no, you got to spend the 2 years there. Some of the agents don't even answer these girls. So the information that had been given to them were misled. It was of recent time when we were able to get hands on the actual document. Somebody screenshot their document. They went, they took the document from behind their sponsors and then they screenshot it. And we saw the contract. The contract is there for 6 months. What these sponsors did do is that when the children come, they will hold fast to their documents, their passport, their resident card, everything they hold fast to it only because they want them to spend the exact 2 years with them. That's the constraint these girls are going through. And another thing is that when you say you want to go, you force it. They might end up putting a crime on you, saying, "Oh, the person stole from me, the person did that," and that's a crime here. That's a very big crime, a steady crime. So they will find means just so that they can hold you down. And these things are happening for common reason. Reason number one, because we don't have an embassy here. That is one of the key reasons. They know that we are, let's just say, are classified to be street children. You don't have a head. Anybody can catch you and do anything to you and go free. But the Liberians are not the only persons that are in this country. They are not the only people that are working in this country. They have other nationals. But if you look at their states and the way they are treated is quite different from the way we are being treated. One of our sponsors, in person of Mr. Masale, he has been helping so many times. He engaged with some of these offices. When he engaged them, some of the officers were bold to tell you the reason we cannot do this, the reason we cannot do that, because you don't have an embassy here. So with this, your people have to live according to our standard. If you look at the law, the labor law of this country, everything these girls are going through is contrary to what the labor law says. In this country, you are not to work more than even 8 hours. You need a day off. You need a day off.
Okay, that's good. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you and thank you so much. Wherever you are listening this hour, there's a change forum. We want to say keep following for more update on this exchange. We want to say thank you wheresoever you are coming or watching us from. So there's a change today. We are hosting a group of Liberians from Oman today discussing life challenging events that is in that part of the world with Liberians dead. So we are hosting them today, and we are listening to them telling you the constraint that they are going through. So I will come down shortly and ask my panelists to come in if they have one or two questions, so that we can proceed. Darius, we start with Darius. Darius, come there.
Yeah.
And I come a little bit.
All right, Darius, that will let Mr. Masale
Yeah,
come.
yeah,
Then you
yeah,
can
yeah.
come in with
Sure,
a question.
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Just as Joshua just said, or just now, the situation in Oman is very bad. Our sisters, they were misled and they went to Oman, just as he said, where they told them, okay, you guys will go to Oman, you get free school, you have 3 days to go to work, you have 3 days to go to school. You guys will be earning $500 United States dollar, even $800. You people are going to do office work. And to their almost surprise, when they got to Oman, right at the airport, they started taking their passport from them. Some of them, they got home that very night. The next day, they gave them big gowns like Aladura, and they say you are here to do housemaid work. And now there is nothing you can do. Our sisters are suffering. The moment you want to go back home, you talk about going back, they say, oh yes, we pay money for you. I pay $3,000 for you. You just work for 6 months and you want to go back. You have to pay me $2,000 US. You have to pay me $1,005 US before you go back. And those agents in Liberia that send our sisters to Oman to work, the moment they call them, they hang up on them. They don't even care to know what they are going through. Our sisters are going through hell. Every day when I wake up on my phone, there are so many cases. Like right now, they just took another Liberian to the office. 2 months ago, they were cleaning the yard. She and her other friends, housemaid, they are still working together. And she really wanted to like pass water and then leaving from where they were working to go upstairs. She couldn't make it, so she just went behind the tree to pass water. And one of her housemaid friend of Bangladesh took her picture. And she told us, "Stop what you doing. How will I be passing water, and then you taking my picture. And she went and gave the picture to the madam 2 months ago, and the madam called her. She apologized. Said, "Oh, sorry, I was jammed." And the madam said, "No problem." But just because she haven't paid her salary yet, and she said, "Oh, why up to now you haven't paid me since the month?" And for that reason, she used that picture. Now she said the girl went and urinated in the yard behind the palm tree. For that reason, she don't want her. She went against the law of their country. Your friend woman not supposed to see your nakedness. They just took her to the office. I was just on that other case. So our sister, they are in Oman, they don't have time to rest. That's why I always tell the agents in Oman that what the Liberians are undergoing in Oman is, I could refer to it as well slavery. Because a normal human being is supposed to sleep for 8 hours. How will you wake up in the morning, 4 o'clock, you start working from 4 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock in the night? You only sleep for 4 hours, then you come back to work. You see, that's what I told them. Liberians are working more than 17, 18 hours, and it is against human labor law. Every day I read a law and I study it. No one is allowed to work in Oman for more than 40 hours a week. No one is allowed to work in Oman for more than 5 days a week. You work from Sunday to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you are off. But our sisters, they work in Oman 31 days in a month. They don't have a day off. The higher they sleep for sometimes is 5 hours. Most of our sisters in Oman sleep for 4 hours. Some of them, their sponsors will tell them, okay, you can sleep from 12 o'clock, you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. When it is 4 o'clock in Oman, sisters are they don't have day off, they don't have right. The moment your sponsor sees your salary, they don't want to pay you, and you talk for your own salary, you ask for your salary, it becomes problem. Justina, another case that I'm handling again, because she asked for her salary, they beat her, she was unconscious, they put her behind the horse, and then they call the police that she fell from second floor downstairs and she passed through the zinc. That's why got the bruise all on her skin, her arm, got spring, everything. Because we don't have embassy in Oman, we don't have no representation in Oman, so our sisters are treated like slaves. Our brothers are there, but what our sisters are going through, that's not what they are going through. Because all the cases I receive from Oman on a daily basis are only our sisters. So this is the problem. Their living condition in Oman is very horrible. It's too frustrating and disturbing. Sometimes when I receive some cases in Oman, I feel so frustrated and lose appetite to eat the rest of the day. So our sister was misled by our Liberian brothers who sent them to Oman to work in the name of they were going to go to school and to do office job. They never told them they were going to do hospital work. That's why I always tell the agent in Oman, if Liberians were told that they were going to Oman to do hospital work, you was not going to see one Liberian in Oman. Because those children can even sell cold water in Liberia and get up to $200 at the end of the month. Instead of working for 17, 18 hours for $200. And if you are working with
Okay.
me and then my work is done for the day, I will tell you, okay, you have to go to my sister's house to work. You go to my sister's house, you work there, and then I will tell you, you have to go to my mother's house to work. Most of those children work to 3, 4, 5 horses a day
Okay.
for
Thank
eating
you
we have.
very much.
So
Hello.
that's what they
Yeah.
are going
Okay.
through there.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. Whatsoever you are calling us, we want to say welcome and welcome to the Exchange Forum. On this forum, we bring to you a lot of interesting stories that is happening or affecting Liberians around the world. Today, we are in conversations with a group of Liberians from Oman today. And as you listen to them, they are giving their stories. They are the direct testimonies of what is happening there. And as you are listening to them, we want to say welcome and welcome to the exchange. Just hit the share button so that the stories can go as far as it can. So we're going to take Darius right there to ask him questions. From there, we'll go to Alfred Jacket. These are the panelists seated for tonight's discussion. So Darius, you can come there.
Yeah, thank you, Elijah. Thank you for the time. Actually, I think I'm aware of some of the situation in Oman. Maybe it will not be 100%, but I had a friend there. I had a sister who just went back to Liberia on her own, also based on the scene, misinformation and all these things that are happening to you guys there is something that is very, very sad for us. And 90% of these cases have been reported to the Liberian government, and yet and still we are still receiving cases. But my question have to do with, let's say my question goes to Mr. Thomas there, who have been, let's say, superseding this process of helping Liberians or there in Oman to go back home, especially for our sister there. Mr. Thomas, what the past time you have been helping our sisters in Oman there. I want to know what's the relationship with you and the government, or how's the government handling the situation between the agent in Liberia and the agent in Oman? How things have been working? Because I want to understand if the Liberian government have engaged this agency in Liberia that send these girls there in Oman, or they are still just on the basis of establishing maybe relationship bilateral relationship with the Oman government to send them back to Oman. I mean, to send them back to Liberia.
I think
Hello,
you are muted.
Are you
hello.
getting me, sir? Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, what you just say, I didn't get you clear.
I said, I want to know for the past time you have been helping our sister in Oman to go back to Liberia or settling some of the cases or the challenges they face there. I want to know what have been the Liberian government engagement with the agency in Liberia and the agency in Oman. What have been the relationship or what the Liberian government is doing to see how best to stop our sister that have been, let's say, traffic or human traffic, the process there. What the Liberian government is doing about it?
Um, I will tell you nothing because since I started this Oman team, receiving so many calls, so many complaints from Oman, wherein I will call the office, you will tell me, oh yes, or Mary is in a problem. Her sponsor did this to her, or the agent did this to her, and I will call the agent and I call the office. Okay, yeah, this is one of my citizens. She's over there, and I received this complaint. And sometimes some offices they will tell me, okay, we don't know you. Okay, if there anything, we only want to hear from the agent in Liberia who sent Mary to us. We don't know you. And some of them, sometimes I talk to them and they will tell me, okay, what Mary did, and we will go through it. And I've been on Hot FM in Liberia. I've been on Burner FM. I've been on Prime FM, those radio station, always calling the government attention to what is happening in Oman. Okay. But all what I've been doing, I haven't seen the government doing anything for our sisters in Oman there. Even some of those statements, if they want to go back, they will tell you, oh yeah, you had to pay expensive of 1,500 US, 2,000 US. And they had to call their family back home in Liberia to see how best they can pay that money. Or sometimes if all the money they work for in Oman, they were saving to go back Liberia to change their life, they will take that money and give it to the sponsor. And then we will start asking people for donations to see how best we can get plane ticket for them to go back. The Liberian government never been doing anything since I came into this Oman issue to say, oh yes, every day the Liberian government, we are coming to get our citizens out. We are coming to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Omanian government to tell them that our citizens are here and they should be treated fairly. Since last year of November, this is 1 year, our Liberian government has not stepped foot in Oman yet. Nothing they are doing about our citizens in Oman. Nothing.
Okay,
I have cried, I
yeah,
have
yeah.
called, I have cried. Nothing has been done since November of last year up to this November 1 year now.
Okay, like you rightly quote or said, the Liberian government has been, let's say, very reluctant when it comes to this situation of the citizens outside of Liberia, not even women alone, even though we are hearing some of this story, but I just wanted to understand, let's say, that intervention. My question goes to Pablo and our brothers there. How do you guys, I don't know, the treatment of our sister there in Oman is different from your, I don't know which type of job you guys are doing there, or let's say what type of job you guys are doing there. How is it like there for you guys? Also, how are you coping there? Because we don't hear men complaining, but all of these cases we are all seeing on the internet is our sisters are suffering, and we have been seeing a lot of video, a lot of pictures, and what have you. So, for you guys, how is it like for you guys there?
Yeah, Darius, let me come there quickly before they come in with their questions. And I listened to Mr. Masale saying that the government in any way have not intervened, probably for with the situations in Oman. But I think if I can recall, the other on front page Africa or on any of them or any of these media platform, we were told that a sum of I think 50,000 was given to the leadership or a particular group. So I just want you guys to have some clarity there that for repatriation. So I don't know how true is that information. Have there been since the entire Oman saga? Have there been any form allocated or allotted by Liberian governments to a group of people or group of Liberians in Oman for repatriation?
Uh, E- Elijah, before Mr. Masale answer that question, I think I get question information on the information that you are providing. So let me rephrase the question, and I will let Peter before rephrasing the question to him.
Hello, Alfred. Alfred? So you
Yeah, I'm
wait.
listening to
Let
you.
Mr. Masale come in with the questions because Mr. Masale provide information that is very sensitive that the Liberian government, I think he stated a time jurisdiction that from November of last year or whatsoever the government, since he came in, the government have not probably come in to actually help for repatriations of our Liberians in that part of the world. So then listen to him and I think address the question. Or any of them can address that question. Any of them, not only President Mr. Masale.
Hello,
Yes, yes,
hello.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We're listening to
Okay, yes. In regards to the money you're talking about, the 50,000, I heard about that money, but means they for me when I got into this Oman issue, I heard about that money, and means that money I think it was used mostly in repatriation. Most of the Liberians that were in Dubai at that time, yes, that money was spent mostly on most of the Liberians that were in Dubai. You see, if they say some of that money was spent on to repatriate people from Oman, I don't think even they have up to 10 to 50% that were repatriated from Oman at that time with that money. I heard they said 50% were repatriated from Oman at that time with that money, but that was not true. That money was used mostly at that time. There was the crowd was so much in Dubai than Oman, and that money were used to repatriate people from Dubai means they than Oman. So if that money were used for people in Oman, they were even less than 10 or 15 that were repatriated from Oman on that 50,000. Because since I started this issue, whenever I call a counselor in Oman or in Dubai, we need to get plane ticket for X amount of people. I have sent names to the counselor in Dubai, more than 50 to help them get ticket to go back home. And he told me the Liberian government gave him 50,000 and that money was exhausted. And he used the personal money to buy ticket for people. And right now he don't have money again to help. You see, so that 50,000 were used ever since, and most of it, according to him, were used to repatriate people from Dubai. It was not ready for Oman. If people were repatriated from Oman, that money was very less because I had sent him more than 50 to help them get ticket back home, and he told me the Liberian government no longer giving him money since they gave the 50,000 to him.
Good. So are you telling us that the 50,000 that were allocated to counseling general or probably the leadership for the entire repatriations were allocated for two different countries, that is Oman and that of Dubai?
Yeah, I think it was for UAE, but half of it were used in Dubai. That money was for Oman or Qatar, that or Dubai. In the UAE, those Liberians that were stranded there and were calling on the government to go back home.
Okay, so I think Mr. Masale made something clear that we need to take into consideration. He is directly speaking from his own experience. He said when he came in, from the time he came in, the government have not solicited any form to help the repatriations of our brothers and sisters. Instead to be corrected on that. So we're
Yeah.
listening to the probably yeah, I think instead to be corrected on that. That he is speaking in a particular time frame. So we're listening to VVM on that issue. We're listening to Mr. Coleman because it's very sensitive. That is the entire necessity of the entire discussion. What have been the role of governments in the repatriation process, and what our brothers and sisters are actually doing not to get themselves prevented, not by going to Oman again. So, Mr. Coleman, you can come there. Coleman.
Hello?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah,
There have been,
I didn't really get you. I didn't get you.
yeah, we are getting you.
Can you read into it? Yeah, well. Hello?
You're
Hello,
right.
are you getting me?
Hello, are you getting me now?
Yeah, you are audible, Chief. Hello?
Yeah,
Roof, mute
hello.
yourself. Roof, mute. Your feedback is coming. Roof, mute.
All right.
You are audible, Chief. You can continue.
Yeah, you are asking question. I didn't get the question.
The question is, have there been any point in time where the Liberian government allocate a fund for repatriation of our brothers and sisters that are having hard time in Oman living conditions? Can you recall any instance of such?
No, 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 no. All right. Let me just come in on that. It was once a time when I called in UAE to the consular, and he make it clear to me by saying that he have called on the Liberian government towards the Liberian girls in Oman process. And then since then, the government always been saying that they will get back to him. They will get back to him. They will create funds. But since then, he said that he always been like using your own cash to even help some of them to get back home. So, even because of that, you will have to post up there until the government can come in and give funds so that you'll be able to help others that are even in the safe house to be able to get back home. But since then, nothing have ever laid out on or even here that the government have provide for a Liberian girls in Oman to go back. Nothing. People are only doing it by themselves, taking it from their pocket to help. All right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you. So I think we are getting a part of the story clear that there was a form that was allocated, but part of that form was allocated to Dubai for repatriations, and part of it was also allocated to the to some Liberians in Oman. So our brother, if you are if definitely try to mute, we are getting some feedback. Mr. Coleman, you can mute, please. Mute. So you can also getting some feedback. Somebody, let me try to. Okay.
Mute, mute. Okay.
Okay, so I think it's much better. So I think the story is trying to be balanced here. So Darius asked a question: why is it that only the girls are undergoing such conditions and facing those type of difficulties? Why the men are not facing it? Somebody can speak to that effect.
Okay. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Mr. Flappy,
Am I correct?
Yeah, clear, come in.
Okay. When it comes to the main issues, you know, there are 19, I can say 99.9% things that are happening to the ladies are not happening to us or the men in Oman because of few reasons I'm going to state. Number one, before we leave and go to Oman, or before a man leave and go to Oman, the first thing is that you're going to get your working contract. The company that's sending for you, your contract going to reach you before you leave your country to enter Oman. Okay, when you reach Oman, that contract going to be signed. You have a day off and you have an hour to work. Exactly with the labor law, because here every time the labor ministry is checking in all of these companies, if you have a person in your company that don't have a visa or a working permit, your company have a problem. Two, that is two. Three, all the men are living on their own. They are not living with their bosses. They are not living with their madam. The company is responsible for their housing extra. And one of the advantage that the men have is that the men are responsible. So it's like 50-50. You provide visa, I provide my ticket. So you have right. They both all have right. And things that's the reason they said as they are also I don't know which one adjectives to use, but they are easily taking disadvantage of because they are not strong to retaliate, to revenge. But as a man, somebody can look at me and do that kind of thing they're doing to me. He thinks it will happen. It's not easy. Because the first thing I know that before I start, I have a contract signed by you. So this is just a simple reason why these things are not happening to me. I get my working hour, I get my time to work, I get my time to go home. I get my day
Okay, okay.
off.
All right, okay. So that's it. I think give we just have to be probably straight to the point because we were very careful of time here. And so we'll go. We'll take Alfred. We'll take Alfred. But before Alfred come in, let us our ladies, right, because they are the one really faced with this situation that we're talking about here. They are very affected. So let's ask them. What can you give us some descriptions of the work probably you guys are doing, are faced with? What are some of the work you are really doing that you are catching difficult times with? Like some people will say only washing of clothes, maybe one or two clothes, and the rest of them. Yeah, Miss Kekula, yeah, come there. Miss Kekula said you want to answer that question. What are some of the work you are faced with?
Yes, I'm Benedor F. Kekula, speaking from Oman. I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Africa 24 and also Mr. Collins because they are the one that make us to be new worldwide. And my thanks also go to the Exchange Forum. Yes, talking about the challenges we are faced with here about the work. In the morning, you will work from morning. Sometimes we wake up by 5. You will work from morning till sometimes 10, 11, 12. It's not easy. And sometimes even your working hour to go rest, they will make sure they get into your resting time. Sometimes we will only rest for 1 hour, sometimes 30 minutes, they will tell you when to wake up. So it's not easy for us. The work is difficult. You will cook lunch, you cook breakfast, you cook dinner. Yes, it's tedious for us. The work is tedious. We work, we don't have day off. Like I told you, I have my workmate here. She's from Philippines. Yes, she's from Philippines. She will go off day by Friday. She will sleep and then come back Saturday in the evening. She have a day off. And there are many things that they gave for that I don't have access to. So we Liberians here, we are really through it. Yes, it's not easy for us. So we are appealing to the government of Liberia to really look into our case because we are crying for loan. They are not even looking at us. Yeah.
Okay, before says Vivian come there, says Vivian wants to probably speak to that same thing. But before she come there, you shared something right that drew my attention. You said the privilege given to probably your workmate. If you are not actually getting the privilege, perhaps she will go out there maybe 2 3 days, come back to work, she will rest. Why you think is the cost? Is that any difference? Is they paying her more money than you, or what's the cost?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pertaining the salary, they pay the Filipinos here more than us, more than we the Liberians. Because the way our brothers and sisters sign a contract from Liberia, they did not sign a contract good. They sign a contract against us. Our salary is very low. They pay the Filipinos, some are working for 180. Even the other one to my madam sister or her boss told her not to expose her salary to me because her salary is 180 real and I'm making less than that. So it is serious for us. We are not getting good salary, and even things that we supposed to get like provision and like you need shampoo and things, they will tell you they will buy it. But sometimes we don't get it. You have to take money from your salary and buy for yourself. If you don't buy for yourself, then you will just be like that. So it's not easy. They have more privilege than us, the Filipinos.
Hmm. I listen to what
Yeah.
she said is so tedious. So since you didn't want to speak to that, I will mostly take the women because I'll have to listen to them. They are the one actually taking face. Yeah, Mr. Coleman, you have to wait. Let's listen to our females. Let them speak their mind. Yeah, you see, we have to listen to them. So since you didn't come there, what are some of the work you are faced with? What's the problem?
Yes, thank you. The work, you alone, you are in the house. For me, I'm taking care of 3 kids. But in the morning, you will wake up, you clean, you make first breakfast, then you make second breakfast for their lunch box to take to school. You will wash, you will iron, you will cook, all the work is on your own. And the salary is less. The Filipino, they are doubling our salary. We can work for 2 months before we get to their 1 month salary. Sometimes we work for 2 months and a half before we get to their 1 month salary. Yeah. So the work is very too much. It's very, I don't even say know how to say it. Yeah, it's too much on us and they stress. While you finish cleaning, before you go low, they now scatter everything. You have to come back and clean again. Yeah. Within a day, you have to clean more than 3 4 times before the day go. Yeah. So it's not easy for us. And you are talking about what the president, the government in our Liberian government and the Omani government, what the connection between them and what our government has said about our repatriating. Our government, our president, he said the word he stated is that the people let them fight hard and get in Liberia. If they buy their own ticket, they can, we will restart it. Yeah. When they buy their ticket, they come back in Liberia, we will find place, we will get them package. That's why he said we should fight for ourselves before we go. Where is the money coming from? If you spend 6 8 months, they don't want to pay your salary and you want to go, they tell you say, okay, pay 2,500 US before you go back. Where are we getting the money from? It is tough on us, please. It is very, very tough on us. It's not easy. Thank you.
Okay, so Alfred is going to come there. Alfred, you can come there.
Hello.
Yeah, Alfred, are you there? Hello, Alfred, are you there?
Can I come in when Alfred is not there?
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, Alfred, you can ask a question.
Yeah, I think. Uh, okay, the feedback is too much. I think the other guys have to mute. The feedback is too much. I'm getting so much.
Network.
Elijah, please mute everyone. You have the icon on your computer. You can mute everyone. Okay. So first, thank you guys for appearing. We have to hear most of the things you are saying. But first, I want to know. Mr. Thomas make mention of the consulate in Dubai. Recently, we have the Liberian community in Dubai appearing on this show. Mr. Thomas, I want to ask you a direct question. Please mute. The feedback is too much. Mr. Thomas, I want to ask you this question. Do you confirm that you know that there's a consulate in Dubai that is in touch with you guys in Oman? My first question.
In regards to your question, if I'm aware there's a counselor in direct or contact with those guys in Dubai, in Oman, is that a
Yeah,
question?
Oman. Yeah, that's the first
Oh,
question.
really? To that question, I'm not really sure of that, because I got to know the consulate or when I received a case and they told me that they get a counselor in Dubai that is covering the whole of Oman. So that's how they gave me his number and I started talking to him. And since I started talking to him on all the cases that came to me from Oman to help get people ticket to go back to Liberia, none of those cases were solved. But I was told that he covering Oman and that of Dubai as well. But since I got in touch with him to work along with him, all my cries to him to help get people back home in Liberia from Oman, none of them were ever solved.
So let me go to my next question. Because I have series of questions, but the time is not too much because most of our guys took all of the time. So we cannot go too much. So let me go to my next question. You made mention about hearing about the 50,000, but you said it was used on the guys in Dubai. From the information we got from the guys in Dubai, the 50,000 was allocated for you guys in Oman. When they came up to ask that they have, please man, somebody is bringing your FO. The feedback is too much from someone. Okay, thank you. It's good now. When the guys appear on the show, they said the 50,000 that was given to the consulate, the Italian guy that covered Dubai and extension in Oman had a 50,000 when the 77th person had the repatriation problem in Dubai. But when they got to him, he said he cannot use the money on them because the money was purposely allocated for Oman. Have you ever communicated, since you heard the rumors about the 50,000, have you ever communicated with the counselor to know how far was he with the group in Oman? And to follow up with that question, when you answer, then I have another question for you.
Or in regards to the 50,000, okay, the way I got to hear about that 50,000 was, there were some people, some group of girls who were in prison. I can say they were in their office. They paid that expensive to go back home. So after they paid the expensive to go back home, they told them, okay, now you people have paid back the expensive because you guys came Oman to work for 2 years. you didn't complete your 2 years and you say you want to go back, you had to pay so amount at expensive. And they went to work and pay the money. Now they told them to buy that ticket and go back. That's how I got to hear about this 50,000. So when they told them to buy their ticket and go back home, that's the time they told me, oh yeah, but Masari, I think you can get in touch with a counselor in Dubai because he's helping people going back home. So I think when you talk to him for those girls, he will be able to help you. That's the time I even heard about this 50,000 when I spoke with him, and he told me, oh yes, I will give him money to help repatriate those girls back home. And since they gave me that money have exhausted. I've been using my own personal money. Right now, I don't have no money again to buy a ticket to send people back home. That's how I heard about the 50,000.
Okay. Another follow-up question. Do you people have a leadership in Oman? Like the Liberian community with a leadership in Oman? Do you people have?
Right now, as we speak, that's why we are working on that to have a leadership in Oman. Yes, we have already had the structure of the leadership, and we are working on things in line with Africa 24 to structure the leadership in Oman. We're trying to get our Liberian government involved into it because we cannot have a leadership in Oman that the Liberian government does not know about. So we are working on it to see how best we can have this leadership structure as soon as possible, just as they had the leadership structure in Dubai as well. That's what we are working on right now. And by the grace of God, if things happen to work off in the next 60 to 90 days, we will get a leadership structure in Oman as well as in Dubai.
Okay.
No, okay. Elijah, just a last other question, because most of you took off the time, so we cannot ask all of our questions. So let me ask my last question. Okay, you are planning to structure a leadership in Oman. In structuring a leadership in Oman, because Dubai have a leadership, because they have a counselor that is based in Dubai and superseding activities in Oman. Do you have a contact person in the government that you can get to quickly to intervene? Because if we, in retrospect, we had some situation of few girls repatriating with some African group in Liberia. And if you have a contact person within the government that can help to repatriate our girls, or to solve some of the problems that our girls are faced with by selling direct consulate to Oman, or sending direct representation to Oman to help negotiate with the Omanese government to see how we can get, even if they don't want to go back, to have some freedom, some days of rest, some days off, and they can be with their passport. Anytime they don't want the job, they can leave. Do you have somebody within the foreign ministry, within the government, that you can get directly to help to talk to them, to talk to the president? Do you have someone?
Right now, that's why we are trying to get someone to do that for us, because for me, I'm here in the US and those other people, they are in Oman. So I'm part of the community. I'm part of the structuring team for the organization in Oman. I'm one of the advisor. Yes, we have the advisor. One Abdullah, he's in Liberia too. He's one of the advocate for the Liberians in Oman. Okay, he's the advisor, and I'm next to him. Okay, so I just communicated with him that to see how well he can get to the foreign ministry and see how he can get to the minister or deputy minister to tell him how far we have gone, and we need their help in trying to structure this community in Oman. I just spoke with him, or it was just 30 minutes ago before we could start the show. That's what we are trying to do right now, to get people from the foreign ministry that will help in structuring this community or this leadership in Oman, in connection also with the consulate in Dubai, because he's also in Dubai. So he's covering Dubai and part of Oman as well, as far as I'm concerned. So we also had to work in line with him to see, along with the Liberian government, to see how well we can have the community established in Oman as well. That's why we are working on, as I said, in the next maybe in the next 60 days or 90 days, we pray that everything works well so we can get the leadership established in Oman. So we're trying to get some government officials involved from the foreign ministry and that of the gender ministry and other ministry that are supposed to be involved as well.
Okay.
Okay. I will rest my question. Then afterward, I will come back. I have another question for you, but I will give my politician to ask that question. Afterward, I will come back. I have more questions for you guys. And it will be directed to the female.
Okay. 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 Okay, thank you very much. If you are listening to us whatsoever you are, I want to say welcome and welcome to the exchange forum. So we are currently situated with a group of Liberians from Oman that explaining to us the situation they are facing in that part of the world. So we hope to get the Council General that's in Dubai. I really hope I will try my best to place in a communication probably this week. I need him on the show to tell us what is happening, what is happening in Dubai and what is happening in Oman. I think he can better talk to us for what are some of those things that are happening there because all of the discussions tonight is predicated upon the Council General in Dubai having getting some forms that's repatriating people in Dubai, repatriations of people in Oman as well. So he can better explain that because I do believe he is in direct communications with the Liberian governments. So I show we will try to lay on him to come on the show because this issue is a must and we need to get to the bottom line. So with that, I would like to ask our female because they are the one really faced with this situation. Do you really want to go back to Liberia or you want an improvement in your work? You wanted to increase your salary to make the work lesser, or you want to return back to Liberia? What do you want with the situation faced? What do you want?
Yes. Can I come in?
Yeah, come
Yeah.
there.
Come,
Okay. Yes. What we want here is that because we are already here, the people they are not coming for us. We are seeking for them to come on our ill. Our friends then they are in a cell, they are suffering. Some of them are outside. No food, even place to sleep. It's not easy. We've been seeking for them to come on our rescue. They are not coming. So what we need is since we stay here, let them add our salary up, let them get our day off, let them come and release our friends then from in a cell. And our community want for you to help us for our community to be established. Because right now, we're not able to say, yes, I want to go back. And if I say I want to go back, I don't have money to buy my own ticket to go back. So I want for my salary to be allow, I want for my day off to be given to me. Yeah. And our friends then are in a cell there. They are going through a lot of difficulty because they are in a cell. They will open the AC for them. 4 to 5 AC, they will open it to the last fountain. It will be blowing on them 24 hours the inside it. They are not eating food. So that's why we are seeking unto the government to come on our aid to rescue our friends then are outside in a cell. That's why we need our community to be established. That's what we need. Thank you.
Yeah, let's take we'll come to Kerkula. Yeah, we'll come to you. Yeah, I guess with a minute. But let's listen to Sales Roof Matter. Sales Roof. With everything that we are hearing, Oma is not good, Oma is this, Oma is that. What you want? Do you want to go back to Liberia or you want an improvement in your job, improvement in the salary? So you want homolization. The government of Liberia should come to Oma and tell us, look, the way you are treating our citizens is not right. You need to do this, you need to do that, increase their salary. Or what you want, what you really want. Speak to us.
You are
Thank
muted.
you very much for the question. Yeah, what I want for our government to do is that I want for our government to step in because this is not a individual issue or just a group of people issues. This is about government to government. Because if we ourselves we just we cry every day, Oman government will not hear us. Our government will hear us. But how
Yes,
will we
hello,
be?
hello, hello.
Hello?
Just wait
Yeah,
a
hello.
minute. We have yeah, people following from Oman. Just wait a minute. You answer the question. So let take the caller. Some of our callers that are following. Let's listen to them and hear that part of the story. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name Dekunti Johnson, calling from Oman.
Okay, definitely. Let me hear you there.
Yes, about the issue of the cell, how we want to, if we want to go back or we want to be here. We want to be here because we have government here. But the main thing we have to get our freedom, we have to get our passport, a view of, and if when we don't want to work, then we can change our location. When we know the work is very hard for us, we change. But now it's not looking at that. So that the main thing we really want our community to establish that we able to get all those necessary the good treatment.
All
And
right, thank you.
when you're sick, you can work. And I was very sick. You know, when 2A grab someone, how it can be. I was still working and I'm taking care of child. You're working, you're taking care of the whole house, not to say all of one there will leave for the other person. Even when you're working, somebody come to the gate to go, they knock at the gate. You will deal that when you go open it, that gate, you come back. You sweeping, you washing, you pressing, you taking care of child. All those things. So we really, really need your help.
Okay, thank you very much. He say the need and improvement in the job. So that was the voice that says definitely we're going to take the other caller. Just be a little patient. Let's listen to this other caller. I'm sure she is calling from Oman as well. So let's listen to her when she comes. Hello, caller. What is the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Diamond Tonga. I'm calling from Oman, President.
Okay, let me hear you.
Yes, sorry, I got fever a few times. I got cold, so my voice a little bit bad. Yes, I'm really really happy tonight to even call because I've been trying to get on the show, but my internet can always give me hard time. I can be able. So y'all, thank you so much for the effort from the beginning. You're establishing with us. We pray that you will continue to be with us until we can get our goal. Yes, the question you're asking, I was just on the line just now. The question there about what we want. That question tells me we need freedom. We need freedom that they all us. We need freedom that the Filipinos, because the place I'm working now, I work with along with Filipinos. They got freedom, they got day off. The people don't talk to them any kind of way because they are well known here. They are known, they are well known. They even got their passport with them. She even showed me, one person showed me their passport and said, "Where is your passport?" I said, "No, I don't have passport." She said, "Why? I'm not there."
Yeah, you are audible. We are hearing you.
Okay. Okay. She said, "Why you don't have passport?" I said, "I don't have passport." She said, "Where is your labor card?" I said, "I don't have." She said, "But why you allow people take it?" I said, "But I don't know." She said, "But then you have to ask your agent." And my agent, I know, in Liberia, and the one that they introduced to us here, the in space, you can see them just like that. So we just pray and we begging our government to come in, like our sister Ruth was just saying. We can't do it on our own. We will cry for now to judgment day. If we even say we're collecting money to do paperwork on our own, or Mr. Masale will help us, it will not still work because our government need to be involved into it. That it will be well guaranteed. That will be will be well known that Diamond will wake up in this fence. If I still want to work with my people, I will tell my madam, oh madam, today is my day off. She'll say, yes, you can go. The same way the Filipino people are looking here. We are human like them. They got blood, we got blood.
Okay.
Then why they treating them like human being and we are not treated like human being?
Okay, thank you very much. We listen to what she make a point right there. We say thank you. Thank you very much. I made her point. Someone is calling again. The line is really hard tonight. So let's take this other caller. Then later we can come back to our guest in studio today. So then listen to this caller. Hello, caller. What is the name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm the same person we're talking, Dekonti.
Okay, Dekonti. Let's hear you. One minute, please. We have no time.
I will talk. Oh, yes, like I was saying, we here and then they don't give a day off. We don't have day off. Even our salary is very, very low. And when we were coming, they never told us that how much we will be paying, how much they will be giving us. They told us that they'll be paying 500, like the Omani money now. They'll be paying 500, so that 400. And when we came, it's not like that. And now we can't go back. And when you ask anybody, when you ask, they say, but I want to go back. The money you call is not the money we are receiving. They say you must pay our expenses. And how much is the expensive? I asked my agent, she said, you have to give 2,005 US. I said, what? 2,000? So all those things we are facing serious problem. Like what men supposed to do? Woman, we are doing it in a house. Then they paying less. The Filipino, they gave them the or some of them took the.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. We have no time. We have to come back to our guests here today to make that point, and then we can try to wrap up on this situation tonight. We hope to get them back because I'm sure there are more training, stories in Oman we need to hear about. They are calling onto the governments to come and make some arrangement with the Oman governments to increase their salary, to increase their job, and to make them to have like freedom anytime they want to go to work, something like that, right? So let's take Vivian. I think what Ruth was making her point. So let's take Ruth, and then we can bring our panelists. They can probably ask one or two questions. Then we can ask them for their parting comments, and then we can call this a day. Say, Ruth. Ruth, come there. You are making a point.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, what I was saying, I said we cannot do this on our own because this is about government to government. How will we get our freedom? Yes, we need freedom, but meaning we are calling on the government. We are calling on the government to meet the government of Oman for this community to be established, and it should be documented that will be recognized into this country because all nationals are here. They are working here freely, they work on the street freely, but we are not recognized by the Omani government because the way in which we came here, it was like if you just tell child say just go down there, then the child don't know what they're going borrow with in front of them. That is how we came here. Now we are here, right? And people travel for a reason. We don't just travel here to just and be here and work for little or nothing. We have our family back home. We need to take care of some responsibilities, especially when you hear the word travel. People will be looking up to you. So all I have to say, I want for the government to step in. This is the main issue because if our government come in and this be documented for this community to be established, I can assure you that we will get our freedom. We will work here like all us. So that's my point.
Thank you. We listen. Thank you so much. We listen to her, and we're going to listen to Siska Kula, and then from there, our panel is going to ask their last questions. Then we can ask probably for the parting comments. So come there, and then We'll take our panelists.
Yes, I want to speak on. I have quote. I want to speak on the question that you asked that if we want to stay here or what we want. For most of all, we the girls, we want to stay here after our contract. Yes. For Omani have their tradition. And the tradition is they send for you in your country. When you come to them, you work. After your contract, they send you right back. So we are pleading if our community is established, I think the community will be able to help us after our contract to get all from them in our passport because that's their tradition. After your contract, they return you to your country. So that's why we are really pleading for this community to be established because I think the community will be able to help us after our contract. Yes.
Okay, thank you. She said they want to stay, but the government should come in and help them. So Daros, we start with Daros. From there, we go to our brother, and then we try to conclude because we have a very, very limited time. We are probably exceeding our time now. So Daros, you come now.
Yeah, actually, are you getting me? Actually, what I'm understanding, or what I'm getting to understand is that the girls in Oman there and the guys there are different ways in which the window, which is that the girls there they are not on contract, and the guys there they are on contract. The girls there is there like it's slavery, like Mr. Thomas said earlier, because like our brother said, you see the contract between this our brother there and the Romanian government and the let's open the agency in Labrador, it was signed before coming into document. But for them, I think there was an agreement that was made for the back or buyer agreement, and then they just fall into it, and that's how they were trafficked by those agencies and whatever. But I want to. I want to ask my sisters there or what have you. You are seeing one improvement in, let's say, your job and what have you, like the Filipino people. Uh, let's say the Philippines, they are working more than you guys and what have you. I want to know something concerning your passport issue, or let's say how your passport was taken from you. When you got to Oman there, the agency or whatsoever that responsible for you there, or that took your passport or whatsoever they took from you, or all your traveling document, or your essential document there, they took from you. There have been enemies like I don't know, but like having because back then I got a information then like you had a chat room and you were discussing with I think someone from the Ministry of Fund, I mean from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, something like that. It was back then in February, no March. At that time, one of my cousins was there also, we were communicating. How have they been like for you guys for the past time when it comes to like or your document issue? There's any means of you getting your document from the traveling agent, or there have been any means of harmonizing with your agency there?
And now
Can I
you
come
can
to
answer
that?
the question.
Can I come in there?
And now you can answer the question. Anyone
Yeah,
can answer the question.
yeah,
Anyone.
come in, come in.
Sir?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you can come in,
Yeah,
Mr. Thomas. You can
Okay, yeah.
come in.
When it comes to that question, those children, the moment they get to Oman, they are going to take their passport from them. You are not entitled to your passport till the 2 years contract is over, and then they buy your plane ticket and send you back to your country. If your 2 year contract is not yet over and you want to go home, they will ask you, okay, yeah, you have worked for 6 months. You have to pay 2,500 United States dollars before you go back. When you pay that money, that's the time you are going to have access to your passport. You don't have no negotiation to talk with your office in Liberia or even in Oman for you to get hold of your document. No. They are even they only gave you like a citizen ID, like they get certain card, they give it to them like a resident card. But for their passport, they don't have access to it because you can only travel on your passport. So with that, they don't have access to their passport, and there is nothing that you can negotiate with your office or your agent or even your sponsor that you're working with to have access to your passport. No, your passport remain with them after your 2 years contract, and you go right back to your country. That's the law there. Even when my brother was in Dubai, the same problem he had, that when he got there, they took a passport and then they gave him a job. If you want to go back, they already took your passport, they gave you work permit. They will tell you have to pay this amount before you can get your passport back, because we pay $2,000 US to give you work permit. So before you go back, you have to pay that $2,000, and then we give you your passport, you go. That's the same thing in Oman. Okay.
Yes. Let me just come in and let me make something clear there about that passport business. Yeah. Well, Mr. Thomas said you have to pay their money back. They are expensive. If even you pay them the expensive, your sponsor, if you pay the expensive to them, they are going to take you back to the office. Then the office will give you to another family. That is how they do. So if you say you are paying them their expensive back, you are just wasting funds. Even the resident permit that you are talking about, they can handle it to us. It stay with them because the resident permit is very important. When it with you, police cannot arrest you. You can be recognized. So they can give you the resident permit.
Okay, so we're going to take Alfred. Alfred, you can come in with your questions. Then,
Okay. Thank you to our guest. Appreciate you guys for coming on and happy to see you guys strong. Although we are hearing so many negative things about our sisters in Oman, but I praise God that you guys are strong and holding tight by His grace, and we pray that you guys seem to get better. Okay, directed to the question I want to ask. Do you guys that's in touch, Mr. Thomas, you guys in touch with them, do you know the estimated number of Liberians that we have in Oman? Then I will come up with my follow-up question. Do you know the estimated amount of girls we have in Oman?
Or right now, for all those Liberians that I've been talking with in Oman, and we had the Liberian community in Oman chat room, and right then we have up to almost 300 Liberians in Oman, and there are some of them, they are not part of any chat room, because I have so many chat rooms that I talk with Liberians, and some of them, they are in the official Liberian community chat room. You will only see some of them. You only hear about this person being in Oman when they have been in a serious problem with their sponsor or their office. That's the time maybe you, my friend, and I will tell you, oh yes, I got a problem. And then you will come to the chat room. Oh yes, XYZ had a problem. Some people, they been in Oman 6, 7, 8 months. They don't have time to be in no chat room. But I'm aware we have up to 300 Liberians in Oman that I've been talking with, and I'm still talking with them. Apart from those that went by.
Okay, you have 300 Liberians that you are aware of. Okay, a follow-up question to that. Well, you know that the aspect of our agencies in Liberia sending our sisters to Oman is trafficking. We have to name and shame them and make our government to know that the guys are not doing the right thing. Can you guys provide some information about the agency in Liberia that we can able to get in touch with few of our friends that we have on the ground to provide their name, that they can be arrested, taken to court, able to provide some information about our sisters in Oman? Do you have any of the agency contact in Liberia?
Uh, yes, in regards to that, when I started this Oman issue, excuse me, that's the first thing I started doing, because I can be here happy sleepless night, sleeping in my living room because I cannot go upstairs to sleep because I had to be on the phone in Oman. And those people who sent those children in Oman should have been the one When those children have problem, they call them, oh yes, I have problem with my sponsor, I have problem with my agent. You're supposed to call them directly and make sure that problem is solved. But the moment you call the agent in Liberia, I have a problem with my agent, I have a problem with my sponsor, they block you. And I get so many names upon names to the human trafficking office in Liberia to see how they could arrest some of those people. But all what I did, it was like, I see it like they were making money out of my information. Someone will come to you, okay, yeah, you send someone in Oman, we are coming to arrest you. But you know why you can do this, and we can, I'm a Liberian, I know why we can do that. I have so many names that I send agents upon agent. Like, excuse me, Joseph Flomo, or what the other guy name? Joseph Flomo. Oh my God, the other guy name. They are working GSA with Mary, bro. Those guys are the people that really send huge quantity of people in Oman. Our sister that are in Oman today. Joseph Flomo, Anthony, Nipan, those two guys. And what Sedima told me, my sister was just talking about salary. Those guys make the agent to understand that even in Liberia, they are paying teachers $100 US a month. So if they pay those children $200 US a month, that's enough money for them. So if you see today you're working, they pay your 80 rehab, which is $200. That's why the agent from Liberia told those agents in Oman that that money is sufficient for you, because teacher salary is $100 in Liberia. That's why I can always say a Liberian government wants so many evidence, so many, because I talk with those people and I have everything on record. There are so many agents in Liberia, they're flying around. I send their names. I thought they could be arrested, and it was like what I was doing was just a waste. And today they are passing around, they're boasting. Even the other one was brave to tell the girl, excuse me, you think you were going Oman to go do prostitution, that why you were happy to go. But now I'm here. It was so good I took money from you people. So anything they do to you is up to you. The day Liberian government see me, they arrest me, I get nothing to lose. I took money from you and I did what I want to do. One and so say, yes, I get a record on him. So for that, I have so many agent names in Liberia that are sent to human trafficking office there in Liberia. And I used to be over the radio station. I will call those guys' name. And Mary brought, they were even say after some of them up to today, they left GSA, they are not there, they are on the run. Because from Liberia, I send you to Oman. Before I say anything, I have to know your agent, because they're supposed to be advocating for you. I don't know how you guys went to Oman, but since I'm doing the work they are doing, they're supposed to be in prison. So for that, I have so many needs.
Okay, thank you. Elijah, you can take over, and because I think somebody want to call pertaining that question I asked, so you can take over and yes, answer.
Yeah, thank you. I think because we are running out of time, so he provide a lot of information when it comes to the agency. So just have that in the comment sections. People will follow the show later when it comes to the agencies. We hope to get a team back again, probably to talk more about that. So we cannot take call anymore because we are really out of time. So let me just ask the last questions, and after these questions, you guys going to conclude and tell us probably your parting comments. But my question is, with the sections of governments coming in soliciting form for you guys and doing all that, there have been any humanitarian groups or any other non-governmental organizations who put themselves together in any form or manner to say, okay, we're going to help our brothers and sisters in Oman? Can you recall any incidents of short?
I said no, nothing like that have happened. The only thing I'm aware of is those Liberians that went back home. I think the International Organization for Migration (IOM) they gave 75,000 United States dollar to the gender minister, or I can say to the Liberian government, for those people that went back. And I think that time I brought a suggestion that the 75,000 United States dollar that were given to the Liberian government, saying they cannot come in to sit and talk with the Omanian government about their citizens being in Oman, how they should be treated. That's 75,000. Then, if your kid come to talk for your citizen, you use that money to repatriate them. Instead of saying you're going to share the money on those that went by. Those that went by, Liberia is my country. The moment I guess they are know my way out. There are people in prison in Oman 6 months, 7 months, they been in prison, they are still in prison. That money could be used to come and get them back home. But instead of saying you're sharing it, I think that's the only organization that I'm aware of that ever gave help. And that help was given to Liberian government. They said those that went back, they should see it like a resettlement package for them. But to say somebody is coming to give help to see how they can help the children in Oman to get back, nothing like that I'm aware of since I've been into this Oman issue.
Okay, thank you very much. I think Mr. Thomas Masale there is a here who have been in constant communications like a mediator between the Liberians in Oman and the government and helping with some fund to see how best our brothers and sisters can be repatriated or can leave or not come to Oman anymore. So you just listen to them at these junctions. We want to say, wheresoever you are, welcome to the exchange. All we want you to do, please hit the share button, share the show, share the platform. We'll be coming up with more interesting information. Like I said, we're going to try our possible best, humanly possible, to get the Consulate General from Dubai to come on the show, to appear on the show, because he is the one that he is the direct link between the governments of Dubai, Liberia, Oman, and Dubai. So we need him to tell us what is happening, why our sisters and brothers are going through these kinds of situations, and nothing have been done, and no repatriations, and you guys are not talking about improving the working conditions with them. So we're going to ask you guys for probably 1 minute each for the parting comments. You just tell us probably in the concluding remark, and then we can call this a day. And the rest of the panelists, we are going to stay on the show for 5 minutes to analyze the talking point. So we're going to start with one meal because we kept them mute. My man, they think about y'all. They think about our sister then. I didn't want suffering. I didn't want talking to. So we're going to start with one meal to give his parting comments. Then from there we can take our sister, let the ball go around, and then we'll call this a day.
Okay. Am I live?
Camera is off. The camera is off, so we don't know. Joshua, your camera is off.
Am I live? Hello.
Are you walking in the street? Are you walking the street?
I'm trying to go home.
Okay, but then you can turn your camera
What?
off. You can turn your camera off. Turn your camera off if you are walking in the street.
Okay. First, I want to say thank you to the Exchange Forum for what they have done for us today. We don't know how to say thank you or repay them. And I also want to take this time to call on every humanitarian, our government, and whosoever that is willing to work alongside with us to get this community established. I overheard my sister then talking of the other nationals. Let me let you know something of the Filipinos. Before these people come to this country, their government and the government in know of their coming, they serve for them. So people don't just make fun with them here. They know everything about them. So this is the reason we hear us talking. It's not that we don't have other people that want to come and help to get these things established. We know that waiting humanitarians that are waiting out there. Even when they come, we still need our government attention. So we are pleading to everyone to help us to come in, at least so this community can be established. Most of our sisters, when you ask them individually, they'll tell you that before I came to Liberia, I gave all of my things I had. I even sold my properties just to get this money to come here. And going back, it will be shameful. All they need is a good workmanship and a good life. That's all. And I can tell you that the complaints that are coming from this country, if only these things can be, I can tell you that we will not have it. They say prevention is better than cure. To repatriate everyone from here, It's not easy. And not everybody willing to come. There are some people when you enter their DM, ask them when the government comes, are you going to go, they will tell you say that the government can't direct me because they know where they came from. You left your home to come and seek a green pastures. We all need our government and those that have the heart to help to come in to get this community established. Thank you once more, Exchange Forum. I rest my case.
Yeah, Mr. Clay incoming. Elijah, what's happening?
Yeah, we can take one female to give their parting comment. Then from there we can take our brother. Then I think Mr. Thomas will be the last. We take one female.
Muted. You are muted. You are muted here. Vivian, you are muted. Look at your microphone. Look at your audio. That you are muted. We're not getting you.
You're
Yeah,
not
you've been
getting me
talking.
still.
Yeah, it's
Okay, now
okay.
it's okay. Fine.
Okay. I say my many thanks and appreciation come to the talking points tonight. You guys, I tell you, thank you ever so much for allowing us to enter your engagement forum tonight. My last word go to our government. We are begging that our government should come and rescue our friends from the cell. And also in the whole wide world, let them help us so our community can be established. Because now we cannot say we are going. And if we are leaving to go, the little one we have to buy our own ticket to go. And if you go back, where are you going to start from? We don't have no place to start from to put our in. So we want for our community to be established. We need our freedom. We need our right to be given to us. So we are appealing to the government, our president, to come and be in contact with the Omani government are here so we can be recognized in this country. So our right can be given to us. That's what we need. Thank you.
Okay, our brother, our comment can come there.
I think comment is off. I think comment is off. So we can take we can take Thomas. Thomas, we can take you. Comment is off. Thomas, you can come in.
Okay, yeah, first of all, I do appreciate you people at least for coming in to know about the situation in Oman and what is happening there and where are we now. Because we have cried, and we can't hear anything from our government. So we are trying to see how we can get a community established in Oman as well, just as Dubai. So our sisters in Oman can work freely because it is against Oman labor law. No one is allowed to work for more than 8 hours. No one is allowed to work for more than 5 hours. And they are there working. They are seeing their friends. They are having days off. And what have you? They are paid good salary. So even if our sisters, they say, okay, we are still going to pay them 80 rehab, but at least they should be treated fairly according to the labor law, wherein you can work for 5 days in a week and you work for 8 hours a day, wherein you will be able to rest and you should be able to get a day off. So you people coming into to know what is happening in Oman, we do appreciate and we pray that this shouldn't be the end. Yeah, as Africa 24 came in and they are working along with us to see for us to achieve our goal by establishing a Liberian community in Oman. And we appreciate your coming into, and we pray that you work along with us for us to achieve our goal. Once again, I say thanks and a very big thanks to you all. And I hope they should continue till we can achieve our goal. Thank you all.
Okay, we take Vivian, then we let go our guest. We take Vivian for a parting comment, then we let go our guest this time, and then we can analyze the show. The panelists can analyze the show. So Vivian, come there, then we let go our guest this time.
Vivian is already on.
Benin Pana Fifi.
Yeah, okay, come in, please.
Kekula, Mr.
Yeah. Yes, I want to say thanks to you guys, thanks to the media for allowing our crowd to be heard worldwide. So, one party comment is we want for the government to come help us to establish our community. Thank you.
All right, we want to say thank you for coming. We want to say thank you for taking upon your time to be part of the show. And we want to say thank you. We will call upon you guys when the time is needed. So at this junction, we want to say thank you and a very big thank you to all of our guests. So we'll let you go this time. We say thank you for coming. We hope to see you again. So Darius and Alfred, we listening to
Remove Common.
yeah the show. Come on, will be removed. Don't worry. Okay, thank you very much. We'll say thank you. You listen to our guests. You listen to them, giving their views on so many issues that are surrounding them in that part of the world. It's so exciting to leave your country and going on that long, 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 long distance. But unfortunately, what you was thinking that is going to be there, on the contrary, everything just went in another direction. So what do you make of this situation? So we're going to do this just within 5 minutes. So by we get 5 more minutes. We're just going to do this in 5 minutes, and after that we can close the show. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, actually, you see this issue or this thing about Oman. We're just looking at Oman in a broad perspective, or because they are come to the spotlight, and everyone is saying Oman. But there are a lot of Liberians, even in India. What I really understand. I want to know is like most Liberian. I want to say that most Liberian. I think we've got to know about this traveling, let's say traveling on a Liberia on a recent note or just in a few years time. So once a Liberian man or a Liberian woman here say, "Oh, you're going outside of Liberia," even if they're Guinea, they feel so excited. They don't know the challenges or whatsoever they are facing there. So they just feel excited. Let's take for example, let's take for key study this India. There are people who have been misled in this India and they are finding it difficult also. Student, there are people who have been misled also in Dubai and other places just because of or in the name of I want travel. But like one of our brothers said on the show, before they came to Oman or before they went to Oman, or there was a agreement or whatsoever. They have a contract sheet. They have every document leading them to comes to to go to Oman there. So like the picture was already there. They know what they are coming to do, and they also like according to him, they make some money available. I think they pay their own plane ticket. He said, or either they pay for the ticket or you pay for the visa, something like that. So it was like 50-50 contract and what have you. But you see this girl that are in Oman, all the people we are talking about today from Oman, there, or most of them that are traveling, that are finding it difficult in or Dubai and other places, is that most of them they don't even know what they are going to do. They just tell them, say, "Oh, you're going home." So it's like there's no legitimate or information, or there's no clear information given to them, and they don't disclose these things to people who have broad knowledge about traveling or things that are happening outside the country. So many years say, "Oh, you are going home, you are going all of that," boom. They keep it as secret before somebody wish so that's secret. So at the end of the day, when they make all that necessary sacrifices and they get trapped into this thing, at the end of the day, they start crying, they start, how you Like some of them were saying they want improvement in their salary and what. I would say to you, plain. The best thing you can do is to come back abroad because for one father, you don't even know the contract you are on. You don't even know why you're supposed to do that. Somebody have a document, somebody have a contract sheet, they just send you like slave, like I bought a good or let's say or domestic something, so I determine how I use it, how it work. They don't know what they are doing there, they don't know what they're supposed to do there. They are blind to everything that are happening, everything is happening behind them. And then contrary, the only people who can help them are these agencies in Labrador that help to connect them or send them, they are the people who supposed to help them abroad. As we were saying, or as we were already saying, the only means that we or can get, they can get a better solution is like the Liberian government have to get in, I mean, they have to intervene with the agency back home, at least suppress the people who help, who connected them to see how best, if there is any means of getting this contraction to revisit this contract and what have you before, even you can stay there. But you sign a 6 month contract to according to what they say, you sign a 6 month contract with your madam or whosoever. But on the other side, you sign 2 year contract. You see that? So it's like the whole thing is like say, you don't even know what you up to. Yeah, they are totally dumb to what is going on there. So you say you want for Liberian, but even if Liberian government come in now, how do they know what's your contract you have there? How do you get it? This is the main point they have to understand at first. Like for the we were saying, you see this guy, they have their contract sheet, they have their place to sleep, they have their day off and all that because they went through the rightful channel, they followed the direct agreement or the contract that was supposed to be given to them. But they, our getting just went on there, no contract, they just went on, somebody signed a contract behind them, somebody did whatever they're supposed to have done, and then they just send them. How can you send somebody from Labrador and tell you, say, hey, you that sold all your property, your things, and what have you, at the end of the day, you're going to make 150, the 150 sender coming on time, you're working from morning to night. So that's it, bro. Yeah.
Listen to Alfred. We will listen to Alfred. Alfred, that is it. Alfred. Alfred, you have to mute. You have to mute. You have to mute.
Okay, sorry, I just unmuted. I was muted. Yeah. Every time I listen to these stories from our girls in Oman, I just feel like we are our girls are really suffering. Our girls are suffering. We have to press our government to come in. One of the things I really took from them, few of them are caught and the ones that were on the show, they don't want to go back, they want improvement. But Dara said it. You don't know your contract. How will you get improvement? Like the Philippines, like the Gambia, like uh Rwanda, before the guys go to Oman, they sign the government to government contract. The government are people that are dispatching these girls to Oman. So they are government to government contract, so they get the necessary benefits that they have to get. But our agency in Liberia, they are very wicked. We are very wicked in Liberia. Let me go on this tonight. We are very wicked to one another in Liberia because we want our own ourselves greed, we want ourselves academia. We just put our sisters into trouble by help say we are telling them. And our sisters too, when they hear about travel, they hide it from their friends. If you are traveling and you tell me, say, oh, I want to go to this place, I will give you an advice. This place you are going, do you know what is happening there? Have you ever seen, have you heard from someone that is on the ground? Then you will know. But most of the time, if you listen to the testimony of those that are very repatriated to Liberia, they will tell you when they reach to the airport in Kenya or Ghana or Ethiopia, they stop them. He said the place you are going is not good. But our sisters will say, you want to stop my opportunity. It's very bad. You think if somebody wants to stop the opportunity, they will stop you, went to a foreign country that don't know you. At the airport, the people will say, no, the place you are going, we don't want you to go back. Like a testimony I listened to for one of the returnees. She said when she went to Kenya, the guy told her, no, don't go. I will pay you. Whatever you spend, I will give you the money to go back to Liberia. Go back. But she insisted that she want to go. And she left. What happened to her? She went, she bothered with the situation. Her finger got broken. She got treated. She got sick. Now she's back with nothing. So I think, and to our government, we need to flag this issue every day to our government. All part of Africa, even all part of the world, we don't have consulate, we don't have embassy. It's very ugly for us. It's very ugly for Liberians. We are in India. I will so conclude, brother. We are in India. We don't have consulate. Since the consulate died, up to now we are crying to our government to send consulate to India. If your passport expires in India here, to get it back is very difficult. How you will manage? You have to go back home to get it, or when you send it, you have to pay a huge sum of a month to get your passport. It's very awkward. We have to work on things. Liberia have to improve. Our government have to look at the welfare of the citizens up in and out of the country. But that is not happening. So we have to every day sing this song. Every day, if our government is willing to help us, they will listen to our cry. Yes, for us, we are here on school business, so we don't have too much of a problem. But most of our brothers said they have misinformation about India, that they can't work, they will go to school and work. Now, most of them are stranded. You have to show hands to them at times. So our government have to see reasons by helping us. So I will stop at this junction and we can call it a day.
All right. Thank you very much. You listens to the speakers. You listens to different views, different opinions from different points. So for me, I feel that the entire process there are just benefits in everything. There are just benefits, though they are going there, but I sure there should be some level of benefit. But we see these guys are like you guys are saying, right? They are signing some concessions agreement because they are actually signing in their interest. So I do believe there are certain amount a monthly monitoring mail can go directly to the agencies that send them, and certain amount can be given to them. So they are signing the interest, not in the they are signing the contract, not in the interest of our brothers and sisters, but they are signing it in their own interest. And it's very bad. You see, our brothers and sisters who are we call ourselves members of the diaspora, we are misleading our brothers and sisters on a daily basis, which is really, really, really bad. We have to desist from this, and if we want for Liberia to be better, we have to try to start trusting each other, and we need to try to start giving the right information out. Today you feel that okay, I donate to her, and then I donate to him because I want to get something. In return, remember, life have a very long way to go. If they not repay we are evil, because it said the evil man does shall live after him. If you are not being repaid, your children, generation, whosoever can will actually carry that burden. So on that note, we want to say thank you. Thank you so much. We say welcome to the exchange. Please help share this the local platform. We will now draw down curtain onto this edition. We are having our brothers and sisters in Oman. So on that junction, we want to say goodbye and goodbye for now. We want to say bye bye.
Never